FDR's inaugural address in 1933, he brought up the issue of addressing misinformation and fake news on social media. FDR highlights the importance of transparency, accountability, and the responsible use of media in fostering trust and unity among citizens. In this speech, FDR emphasizes the need of more accurate information and the dangers of falsehoods in shaping public opinion. Similarly, in addressing the spread of misinformation on social media, governments must uphold principles of transparency and accountability by implementing measures to safeguard public discourse and democratic processes. Good afternoon, my name is Philip Lynn, and I'm going to be talking about preventing false information in the contemporary era. My research question is how should the United States government address misinformation on social media platforms to protect citizens in the 21st century? My argument is, in the context of the United States, misinformation poses a threat to democratic processes and it leads to skepticism amongst the public, citizens, and it worsens the division in our society. First, it poses a threat to democratic processes. It has the potential to influence public opinion, sway elections, and undermine trust in democratic institutions. A philosopher, Anton Brown, focuses on social epistemology and the ethics of communication. It discusses how fake news on social media threatens democracy by spreading false information. More than 50% of Americans use social media as their primary source of political news, according to a study by the Pew Research Center. And then second, it leads to skepticism amongst the public. This bar graph shows the manipulativeness of real and fake news, and on the left it shows the fake news and how it's way more manipulative to the public, and then on the right it shows real news and it's just less manipulative than fake news. And then it shows that it leads to skepticism amongst the public by spreading misinformation. This means fake news has a lot more significant impact on the public and leads to public skepticism. Third is it worsens the division in society. The phenomenon intensifies polarization as individuals are more likely to engage with information that aligns with their viewpoints, deepening the divide between different social groups. The researchers found that false information tends to spread more rapidly and widely than accurate information on the social media platforms, which leads to formation of echo chambers where individuals are exposed primarily to information that confirms their existing beliefs and biases. And then misinformation and fake news on social media exploit cognitive biases like confirmation bias, and it reinforces existing beliefs and deepening social polarization. And then my final solution is you can spread through effective strategies that safeguard democratic processes and uphold journalistic integrity. And then also the government has proposed laws imposing a duty of care on social media platforms to protect users and prevent the spread of misinformation. However, there is limitations to it, such as the challenge of defining and identifying fake news accurately from real news. And then another limitation is potential infringement of the freedom of expression as part of the First Amendment. My conclusion is that while governments and scholars alike grapple with the complexities of addressing misinformation and fake news on social media platforms, it's crucial to acknowledge the limits inherent to proposed solutions. Despite the efforts to combat this persuasive issue, including regulatory measures and academic researchers, challenges such as defining fake news versus real news, preserving free speech, and avoiding unintended consequences persist. Thank you.
All right. Tell me how your research question changed and evolved as you worked your way through the process.
I switched my research question to a more problem-based question rather than research in context, and that's how I changed it.
Okay. And if you had more time, what additional research would you have done?
I would have added more perspectives on how it impacts politics and how it impacts citizens or like more citizens.